I'm gonna do a gainer switch tutorial today. Someone requested it, so I'm just gonna toss it out even though it's raining. Alright, so you need a really strong gainer to do this. The best way to practice up to it is do layout gainers. So when you swing, you wanna go, and if you can land 2 feet, that means you can land 1 foot, because your left leg, you're landing both feet, you know? So like that's the hard part for everyone, is to land on one leg, but if you can land 2 feet, you can land 1 foot. So that's actually not the hard part. The trick to this is getting all your momentum going the correct direction. So you want a big wide step for your J step, so huge leap, as long as you can get. And then, it seems stupid, but point your toe all the way to your hip. So like, yeah, why would you point your toe? Like, it's not about the pointing the toe, but when you point your toe, it flexes all the muscles in your leg. So if you point the toe, it'll make all of it go up. It'll make everything correct. So, and then chest tall. So I'm gonna show you one quick, so that you can, I'll put that in slow-mo, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so see, my leg went up to hip height, arms were swinging, and then the other thing, slightly lean to the left. Those are just the little tricks that you need for the gainer switch. All right, so okay, that's good. J-step is probably the best setup, but I would recommend not doing it from a TD raise. If your TD raises are powerful, maybe give it a try, but the problem with the TD raise is because it's so, the TD raise really sets you up for twisting, is what it's powerful for. So it's just not gonna really help a lot, because you're leaning too much. It's gonna start to twist, and then you're not gonna be able to land on your left leg, because you're gonna be starting to twist, which is gonna cause you're not gonna be able to switch it, because if you do, it's gonna be like this. You're not gonna land like this. So that's why I recommend doing it from a scoot. It really sets you up parallel, and then J-step you can easily control. So do it from a J-step for the getting like the basics down, for really focusing on exactly the movement. And then trampolines, obviously, easy to do. Definitely an easy trick to do on mats, so go for it. Get a strong gainer first. Alright, so like I said, have a powerful gainer switch. You want to go right over your head, completely backflip. So you obviously need to know how to backflip for this. You need a strong gainer, and you need to stop watching the ground. When I say watching the ground, this is what I'm talking about. You don't want to be staring at the ground and have your foot come in where you're watching. That is not good, because it's fine with gainers and everything, but when you're doing the gainer switch, you need to be able to swing out of it. So if you're switching and you're landing chest down, so you did do the switch correct, you're landing one leg, you're staring straight at the ground, look where my leg is. Your chest is down, it's gonna be in a line with your leg if you're doing these correctly. So wherever this leg is, should be about where the body is. So if your body is down here, your leg's gonna be out here, it's gonna be kicking the ground. So you need to slightly lean to the left, and you need to lift your chest up, because if you're landing here, you're gonna have this problem. But if you're landing here, your legs are gonna be past that, and you'll be able to swing it. All right, so slightly lean to the left, that's gonna get that above the ground, and that's gonna give you more power too, because that way you're focusing on giving all your energy to your left leg. So by swinging up and leaning to the left, you're not gonna have any excess energy on your right side. You're gonna be lifting only on your left. You're gonna be completely left-sided, which is gonna make it stronger. Okay, so now onto the swing through part of it, you're gonna want to, once you get past here, okay, and you start to swing, don't go for the flip until your leg is again hip height. Point the toe if you got to. You can bend the leg. I know when I started doing gainer switches, and even now on my swing throughs, I still bend the leg up. So like, I come through and I bend the leg, just because it's really hard. But if you want those power ones and you want a double cork out of these, you want to throw some really serious, like, if you want to start getting tons and tons of gainer switches over and over and over, you're going to want to start doing them correctly every time. So that's the other thing. Don't go early. So you want to wait for your swing. Now, back to the gainer switch, the very first gainer switch. So like, if you're just doing your single one and you're planning to swing out of it, they're really easy to do out of scoots. So if you have your scoot down, okay, little quick mini thing. If you swing with your right leg in front, left hand down, switch legs, okay, right leg's coming up. When you're here, okay, you don't want to look over your shoulder. Definitely start, when I say lean, I'm talking about this kind of lean, not this kind of lean, okay? Do not lean this way, lean this way, all right? So you're taking off almost the outside part of your foot, but it won't be a problem because you're gonna be exploding through, pointing this bottom toe as well, and that's gonna make you get that extra lift. So now, in these next slow-mos, really focus on where I get my swing leg. When my arms swing, you want these to be identical. So when you're swinging, you want all of it to go up at once so that when you jump, basically the reason you swing your arms and leg is because it throws your weight into the air so that your left leg that's doing the jumping has less weight to jump with. So by throwing your limbs in the air, your leg doesn't have to lift your limbs, it's just lifting your hips. So that makes it easier. So the more you swing, the less hard it's gonna be, the easier it's gonna be to do that flip. And then you're here, right? The higher you are, the easier it's gonna be. So now back to that watching the ground thing. When I said stop watching the ground, what I do want you to do instead is you see the ground. So I talk about this a lot in all my tutorials. When you are upside down, so pretend I'm upside down, my hands are not touching the ground, I'm upside down, my feet are coming around. Okay, so you're here, that's what happens. If this is your face, okay, you're looking that way, see the ground and watch the sky, all right? When you get really good at these, you're gonna be able to see the ground early, you're gonna complete your flip really high, you're gonna have time to wind up, you're gonna be coming down, you can see the ground, look up, you're gonna get your next lift off, all right? That's now for slow-mos, right?
Yep. Oh.